Hello everyone. There's always been two species from two different universes that always fascinated me. The two species are the Shadows from Babylon 5 and species 8472 from Star Trek. What would happen if these two species went to war? The Shadows are among one of the oldest first ones. They believe in a philosophy that chaos is strength, and through chaos civilization grows. They believe that the strong survive and the weak perish. The Shadows are insect creatures that fly in organic ships that are shaped like spiders. Species 8472, also known as the Undine, are a non-humanoid species native to a dimension called fluidic space. They are the only species in their dimension. They are genetically superior and they are large, standing at 3 meters tall. Due to their genetic superiority, they can survive in the vacuum in space and resist Borg nanoprobes. Even though these two species are from two different universes, their similarities are uncanny. Both species fly in organic ships that can fly with one pilot. Both species believe in their superior power and in their unnatural power being telepathic. Before we start the scenario, what would a war be like between these two species? We must take a deeper look into both species ships. Like I said before, the Shadows are shaped like spiders and is as black as the night sky. Their ships only require one organic pilot to be its CPU. The ship armor hull is organic that has a slight shimmer to it. The Shadow's vessel only has one high energy beam weapon, which is used to cut its enemies. It has one jump point destabilizer, which destabilizes a jump point when enemies try to flee the battle. A Shadow vessel can jump in and out of hyperspace with ease. The Shadows have fighters which mimics the design of the Shadow's capital ship. The Shadow's fighter has two engines, a gravimetric and a phasing jump engine, giving it the capability to follow its enemies in and out of hyperspace. It's unknown if the fighter requires a pilot to operate, but it's suspected that it's capable of operating on its own and follow the main Shadow's vessel's directions. The fighter also has one Shadow pulse bolt cannon. The fighter can hold its own against most fighters used by the younger races, and its only adversary are other First One ships. When we're talking about the Shadow's fleet, we can't forget about the Shadow Scout ship and the Death Cloud. The Shadow Scout ship only requires one pilot to operate, and it's an organic ship. And it has an organic armored hull and two weapons, one Shadow Death Ray and one heavy quantum bolt cannon. This Shadow Scout ship has the same capability as a capital ship, but due to it being a scout ship, its armaments and hull is a lot weaker, making it prey to some younger races' warships. The Death Cloud is something that should be feared, able to cover a planet or a fleet and launch multiple gigaton missiles until the fleet or planet is destroyed. The Cloud also naturally freezes areas around it. The Undine also only require one pilot to drive their bioships. Their bioships have a heavily organic hull and only requires one pilot to operate it. The ship only has one directed energy weapon and is capable of warp speed. A unit of the Undine bioships combine its strength and destroy a planet with one blast. A war between the Undine and the Shadows are very likely. The only unlikely part is the Undine starting the war. That might make you surprised because they believe that they're superior than others, but they are isolationists, and they only care about obtaining the control of their own dimension and don't really care about others outside of their dimension. This means it's up to the Shadows to start the war, and that's very plausible. The Undine would be a perfect opportunity for the Shadows to grow their civilization and technology. This scenario is very similar to what happened in the Babylon 5 movie Third Space. In the movie, the Vorlons built a portal that would allow them to enter another dimension. By doing this, they awakened a race that was stronger than them. In this scenario, the Shadows built a similar portal which entered fluidic space, which is where the Undine are located. The Shadows are not direct with their contact. They keep themselves cloaked to observe the Undine, which is an ability that their ships have. They keep themselves cloaked to observe the species to get an understanding how strong they are and how much of a threat they are. Sadly, this tactic did not work. Fluidic space is the Undine's realm, and due to their technology and their telepathic ability, they were able to sense the Shadows. This shocked the Shadows. Not many other species in the Babylon 5 universe naturally have this ability. The Shadows tried to flee, but were cut off by the Undine and got destroyed. Luckily, a Shadow fighter was able to escape into the Babylon 5 universe and warn the Shadows. The Shadows destroyed the portal, hoping this would stop the bridge from their world to the Undine world. In other words, to stop an Undine invasion into their dimension. This desperate act of self-preservation was in vain. The Undine were able to scan the Shadow ship before they were destroyed, and was able to gain all its information about the Babylon 5 dimension. They took the Shadow's intrusion as a threat to their survival, and built their own portal to enter the Babylon 5 dimension. The floodgates opened, and tons of Undine bioships were unleashed in 2257. Luckily for the Shadows, the portal did not open on the Shadows' homeworld. The portal opened in the outskirts of the Drowsy Freehold territory. Even though the Undine only sent a small fleet to the Babylon 5 universe, this fleet brought havoc to the younger races. Not knowing who was friend or foe, the Undine unleashed their destructive power on everyone who was in their way. The younger races found out that the telepaths could be used as weapons against the new invaders. They had some success destroying some battleships by using the telepaths, but there was no way that the younger races could hope to defeat the Undine. By using the telepaths, the younger races were able to communicate to the Undine to find out why they were invading their universe. Due to the lack of knowledge the younger races had about the Shadows, they were not able to tell the Undine a lot about the Shadows, but the information the younger races were able to provide was enough for the Undine to find the Shadows' location and invade. You might be wondering why the Undine did not finish destroying the younger races before they attacked the Shadows, and this is due to the younger races not being their objective. The Undine are isolationists, and if you're not worth the time, they won't bother you unless you mess with them, which we found out by watching Voyager. Probably the best way to explain this is by a quote by Jakar. If I pick an ant up on the tip of my glove and put it down again and ask another ant, what was that? How would it explain? There are things in the universe billions of years older than us. They're vast, timeless, and if they're aware of us at all, it is as little more than ants, and we have as much chance of communicating with them as an ant has with us. They are a mystery, and I'm both terrified and reassured to know that there's still wonders in the universe that we have not yet explained everything. The Shadows were ready for the Undine by building a fleet of death clouds. The Shadows were able to use the death clouds to hold their own against the Undine for a time, but eventually they got pushed back to the homeworld. These two species fought ferociously, but the Undine technology prevailed, and were able to destroy the Shadows' homeworld toward the end of the war. Due to the strength of the Undine, the Vorlons and the other First Ones band together to fight them, and feared that they might be next. The last of the Shadows and the other First Ones were able to push the Undine into their own dimension and destroy the portal that connected their universe to the Undine. The Shadows have ventured beyond the Rim because there was nothing left for them. Their allies were destroyed, as well as their homeworld. They were weak, and there was nothing left for them, so they left. Due to the Undine War, the Second Shadow War never happened. What's your thoughts on this scenario? What do you think would have happened if these two species went to war? I would love to read your thoughts in the comment box below. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested to know more about Babylon 5 versus Star Trek weapons, then please select the video on the right. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to keep yourself updated on my channel. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I hope to see you next time on the Utopian Broadcast channel. Thank you.